Hello everybody, welcome to another Facebook Live. This one's a little bit exciting because you've been asking for bumblebees and we've got bees for you. So this is a collection that we've got. You're going to be getting not just 2 bumblebees, but you've got the foundations as well, and they're the outline dies. And you're also getting some little tiny bumblebees, which I've got a great idea on how to show you those. And then you've actually got the little bumblebee house. And this one is called Shaded Corner because bumblebee houses like this always appear in the trees under a little shaded corner. So these are our busy bees. They're Shaded Corner. They're all going to be available on our fabulous website on Highlight Crafts, but that is also a part of a collection that we're going to be launching on Create and Craft. So these are our exclusives, so you can only get them from us, but then we've also got others that are going to be available as part of the collection. So I'm going to show you a few of the different designs that we've got coming up. And I'm a little bit excited because we've got a drain pipe. I mean, of all the dies to get excited about, a drain pipe. But imagine it's full of feathers and our little robin is actually sitting in there building its own little nest. And the drain pipe's got all the moss at either end. It just sits beautifully on the card. So that's one of them. Then here's another one. Now this is bringing together lots of elements, and you can see here we've got the mushrooms, which we had from previous collections, but then you've got the apples. So those apples are really iconic in this range. And here is the basket of apples. We've also got the little gate latch, which then works back with the fences that you would have seen those when we had them on shows earlier in the year, actually when we launched this fabulous range from 2 Red Robins. And then we've also got our tractor. Now this one shows you using the tractor and the outline die to actually create the card. So that's the other part of it. And then I'm going to show you here how we bring in all the elements together. So the bumblebees, there's actually a beehive there. You've got all of the wildflowers from previous collections. And that's what's really important about 2 Red Robins. We're bringing you back some of the things that you've used in the past. So giving them a new lease of life, making them really worth and earning their stash, their place in your stash. So then we've got another one. So the tractor has been used as the aperture, and then inside we've got all the other elements. And then finally, I want to introduce you to this one, because this one, well not finally, but introduce you, because this is where the story started. And this barn is Bumblebee Barn. And Bumblebee Barn is the story of where the Red Robins go and the orchards, and then there's a little tractor, so you're going to see that tractor nested. And then here is a card that shows those 2 exclusive dies that are available right now. So check out the Highlight Crafts website. You'll find them available for sale. And of course, we've got a special offer because the Reflections is absolutely free for these. So that's the deal, okay? But I want to show you a few things that you can do with them. And I'm going to focus on using just those 2 dies. But I have taken one of the card packs, and this one is actually also, you're going to see, this is one that you will have seen. So I'll just get the design out. So they're all the different designs. It's called Amazing Glory. So you can see all the different elements that we've got for this. And you're getting 1 sheet of vellum and 2 sheets of cardstock for every one of the designs. So I'll just show you a few of these because I love the spider's web. This is actually, these are ones that are from our Halloween collection. So it's a bit, you know, you'll have seen these, you may have already got this in your stash, but I'm going to be working with one of those designs. However, this story that I'm about to do would work with any of them. So pick your favourite background that you've done and let's work on it. So the first thing that I've done is I have got a piece of cardstock, and it's 5 by 7, and I've cut myself a square out of the middle. Then I've taken half an A4 sheet, and I've trimmed it so that I've got a small white border all the way around. And then I've cut out this piece, so use your dies, your square dies if you want to. And I've saved it, and then I've made sure that there's a little border. So it actually, if I put this up to the edge, you can see that it's quite a little bit smaller. Then one's going to go on top of the other, and this is going to sit behind that and be held in place. But before I do anything, I want to go into those bumblebees. And here they are. They've just gone. Got a lot going on my desk at the moment, but it makes me very happy. So inside, you're going to get... Oh, and by the way, I've got a red robin. This is my lanyard. I'm just waiting for something to go on the bottom of it, and that something might have something to do with Crafting Live, which is coming up in October. We do still have tickets if you want to come along. Mel Heaton's going to be there. She's actually demonstrating the scan and cut with a Red Robin USB. I'm going to be taking the Red Robin collection, but I've also got some exclusives that you won't have seen anywhere else that are going to be at the show for the first time. So I'd love to share those with you. So on here, then, we've got the two bumblebees and you've got the outline dies, but this one, this little one, is lots of little bumblebees. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place it here. So it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm going to put this down like that and just place that there like that. And actually, I am going to just tape it in place. Let's be safe. So let's get a little bit of tape, the low tack stuff, but I'll just de-tack it as well. It's good for keeping you nicely exfoliated. So, right, there we go. So my little bumblebees are going to go there. So just pop those down. I'm so excited about these little bees. Actually, no, I'm going to put them up there. Which angle? Just like that. Okay, so they're just on that panel there. Okay. Oh, no, they're not. They've just dropped off. So let's go back, get them again. Make sure they're the right way up. Put them there. Right, yep. There. Okay, right, so I'm going to pop this into my Pro Cut machine. So I'll just let that go through, which will only take a couple of seconds. And then let's look at the actual bumblebees themselves. So I've got this one and I've got this one. And you can see I've just given this, oh, whoops. I'll tell you what happened then. So my machine was trying to push this out, but at the same time I've got lights around me to make it so that it's bright enough for you to see. It was actually taking the lights with it, so I've just grabbed it back. And I've got all these little tiny bumblebees on here. You can see them. They would all work for shaker bees. Okay. And then I'm going to take this off here and let you see those little bees are there buzzing round the side. And let me get my other little bees out. And I'll just put these on here so you can see them. So these are my little bees that I've got. So I'm just going to move those out the way for this. Move that as well. Oh, hello everybody. I forgot to say hello. I've just realised I didn't say hello to you. I got so excited. Thank you for joining. It's a real pleasure to have your company. I went into our new building this morning and we've started painting the walls. So we're going to have, I'm hoping that we'll be able to do a little video walk around and you'll be able to see how it's coming on. I actually went in the new studios, which was a little bit exciting. They're not huge, they're very modest, but they will allow us to give you some really good quality editorial in terms of the video production that we're giving. So I'm a little bit excited about that, and also the classes that we'll be able to do from there. We've got the most amazing training room, so it's going to be really, really exciting, but we'll be filming classes as well, so watch this space. Okay, so these are going to go together, but the next part of it is I've got my little beehive. So before I do anything, I'm going to take this and just lay it over the top and make sure that I'm happy with the way that that's going to work, and I am. So I'm just going to use a tiny bit of tape, and I'm going to position this flat. So I'm going to go right along that bottom edge there and just trim that, and then right along the top edge, everybody. So I'm going to go just there and go right along that top edge. Okay, so that's the next part of it. Then using my new tweezers that I've got, I'm just going to, oh, just popped off. That's my little pop shield, so I'll pop it back on there. Did you hear that? Sorry, everybody. We have those things, they're like sound muffs, so that when I'm talking, I'm not talking too much, it doesn't make it sound too bad for you guys listening at home. Then this little panel is going to go over there, so just going to get that over the top like that. So there's my trees. You can see how that's going to come together, and now this piece sits inside here. Now I want to actually attach it here but not anywhere else. So when I do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my foam, and actually let's use a wider one because that would actually make it easier for you to see at home. And so here we're going to go like this. We're going to go across here with the foam. I'm going to go round the corner like that, round the corner again. Just going to make sure that that's out the way, and round the corner but underneath the bumblebee house. And then I'll need some more of this down here to support it. Then I'm going to take the foam off here, and then take my frame, and what I've got to do here is lift that up and just pop that over the top. So I need to get this out and make sure that I'm not going to, oops, do what I've just done, which is let it drop. And the other thing that we all need to do, everybody, is make sure that your foam is far enough away from the bumblebee house, and mine isn't quite. So I need a solution to that. So I'm not going to start again. I'm not going to just start it all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to put this right. So first of all, I need to trim off a little bit of the bottom. So I'm going to take this under here, and I'm going to just slide this underneath my guillotine, and I should be able to, this is where a caterpillar crop is absolutely amazing. So right, I've done that, so that's fine. So that's now sorted. Right, now it's this. I've got a problem here because you can see my tape, okay? So I need to put that right. And actually I've got a bigger problem because it's wonky on the bottom. Okay, all right. So I've now got two problems. One of them is I've got the glue showing at the bottom of my frame. Should have planned where I put my glue better first. And I've also got a problem at the bottom because the bottom of my picture's wonky. So let's deal with the frame first, and then I've got an idea for how we're going to put right the wonky bit. So first of all, I'm looking at this and thinking, what am I going to do and how am I going to recover it? Well, I'm going to go into my stash of cardstock and I'm going to pick myself a white frame, a piece of white card, and I think this will work. So I need a measurement from here. So let's get this measurement, and just going to take that. So I need 11 inches by 11 centimeters square, I think. So let's get a piece 11 centimeters square. So I'll need to pull out that arm from behind. Luckily this little guillotine is just adorable for doing stuff like this. So I'm just going to make sure that that is wide enough. God, yes, luckily. Wow, I tell you what, sometimes it's good for things to go wrong because it makes you think outside the box. Okay, so I'm just going to check that that will cover up that panel, which it will, okay? So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm not going to worry about the bottom not being straight. I'll show you how to put that right in a second. Right, now I'm going to come in here and I am going to cut myself an aperture. Let me just check the measurement for that. So I need it to be not more than 10 centimeters. So in fact, I'm going to make it less than 10. So if I line, so what I'm doing now is I'm lining the edge of the card up with the edge of this bit of the actual cutter. And I'm just going to pop that there, and I'm going to take that up to the top, okay? I'm going to rotate it and do the same thing. So I'm lining it up with the edge of the cutter, get that there, and take that across. Then we're going to do the same thing on this side. I actually think this design might turn out better, but I have to tell you, if you have just joined, it is a mistake. So don't go thinking that this is an amazing design, because it's by default that we're doing it, okay? And then we're going to go back again, and I'm just going to do exactly the same thing. Now, if I'd got my Red Robin nesting dies here to hand, I would have used those, because that would have been a better alternative. And okay, so this is what we're going to be doing, so that you can see that I've rescued my card. Okay, so that's one good thing that I've done. And I'm also going to lift it up a little bit, and I'm going to put it on some foam, but I need to think about this carefully. Not put the foam around the outside edge, which I did, and that's how I ended up with the mistake that I had. I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it on the actual piece of card itself, so it can't go wrong, I think. So, what is it about, you know, when you actually do things and it goes wrong, people start to giggle. It's like, it's just one of those things, isn't it, that we all giggle a bit. And I'm being careful now. I'm trying not to be such a smarty pants, because that's what went wrong. And I'm just literally putting these 4 pieces of tape right round the frame and butting those up. Oh, and it's just reminded me I need to show you a trick. I'll do that in a second, but I'm just going to get my tweezers. Now, these will be available in just a little while. We've got a lovely toolkit coming in, and these are what we call the reverse tweezers, because you literally, you get hold of them, you get it to get hold of a little bit of the card, and then they close themselves and lift that off. So let me just open that up and do it with my fingers quickly. So I'm going to get my tweezers and get hold of it, so no hands, and then we can start to position this over our card. So first of all, I'm bringing out my Bumblebee house. I'm going to bring that out from underneath and make sure that I've got that lined up properly. And the only thing I'm now checking is that it's level at the sides, and I'm going to lift out that Bumblebee branch so that it's there for us. So it's okay. I think I'm happy with that. Right, I'm going to take away the excess bit of the white card, because now it would look nicer without. So I'll just trim that piece off. Hello everybody, if you've just joined, I'm really good to have your company. And you know what's even more exciting is that you've joined at a point where it went wrong. So I've had to recover it. And actually, do you know what I would love to hear? Your stories of when it's gone wrong, when you've been crafting. Maybe it's been the last piece of card you had and it's gone wrong. What did you do? How did you recover it? Let's actually hear those stories, everybody. And I think we could probably, if somebody comes up with a really good tip, we could probably do a little prize. I'll get Sarah to actually come up with a prize for us so that we can actually get something for everybody. Right, so I'm going to take the white off around the edges. So how often do you plan a design and then everything changes? Okay, I'm just literally a little bit more here, and then I want to show you what my other solution was that you'll see in just a second. And I've still got my bumblebees to put on, everybody, don't forget. Let's get that trimmed off. There, right, where's my bees gone? Bumblebees, come back. I know you're here somewhere. Here you are. So my little bees are going to go, one of them's going to go there. I'm going to have another one is going to go just there. And I've got more. I know I've got more. Here's one. He's going to go there. And we'll have these ones all flying in from the side. And then, you know, I mentioned about the bottom. I'm just going to show you how this would look if I put my tractor to the bottom. So let me just show you that one. So that's one design idea. Then I've got another one here. I'm just going to bring this one to the bottom so you can see my bumblebees and all the detail. And then I've got two more that I want to share with you, which, where are you? That you can see. Oh, here it is. This one. So I'm going to remove that and put my basket at the bottom. You can see how you're actually using the other elements that are in this collection to bring this together. And then finally, this one. So it almost looks like we've got a stepper card. So what I've done is created the design, and then if I then take my adhesive and I'm just going to pop that. It will need to go to the back because of the way this card's been made that way. So let's take those off. This is the final last little bit, and we'll put some bumblebees on. Oh, I said I'd show you a little trick. I need to do that. It's a good one. So a couple of these, and you know, everybody, it's so easy, you know, when we're doing all this prep and making all these different projects, to just decide that we're only going to do it when it's perfect. But I do think it's important for you to see what happens when it goes wrong, because there's always a solution. And in most cases with crafters, we would put a bumblebee over a butterfly over the top, but bumblebees are just as good. So I'm just going to get that back off that piece there and put that little bee. So he's there. So I've got those. And then this card would go to the back. So let's just pop some tape on here. And then I need to just show you one other quick little thing, that should take 2 seconds. So I'm just going to attach this here, like that, so that you can see that our card works like this. So actually, I think I recovered that quite well, considering how bad it went. So tell us about your worst experience. That would be really good. Maybe if you've got pictures before and after, that would be even better. Whoops, nearly went again. But tell us what you've done and how you've put it right. And then this little trick. So if you're going round a corner, we want to get all of this perfect, don't we? So I'm just going to take a little piece of waste and put that there. Okay, so I'm just leaving that, and I'm going to pretend I've got a square of card that I need to put back. Well, we'll do it on this. So this is my first part of the square. So imagine I'm going round the square, okay? And that's the length that you need it. And this is the second part of the square. So what I've done is I've just put a little bit of waste tape here, about 1 centimetre, that's all you need. Then, and this is for doing shaker cards as well. So then you stick it down. So what we've got is you then slide your scissors underneath, cut it through as a diagonal. Then I'm going to get rid of the waste paper. There's that bit and that piece there. Bring that back and line that up, and you get a perfect mitered corner. And then when you take this off, if you just push the edges together, I can guarantee that if you make sure you just push them together as you're doing it, that actually works perfectly for shaker cards and nothing will escape through there. So it's a really good way of doing it. So I hope I redeemed myself with a quick little tip at the end. And I guess the moral to the story is it can never go wrong, because you can always put it right, even if you end up chopping lots off the card.